Have you ever felt trapped, as if you were on an emotional roller coaster, lacking control over your thoughts and, by extension, your outcomes? What if I told you there exists a master key, a closely guarded secret, capable of reprogramming your mind and steering your life towards the success you've always envisioned? Imagine wielding the power to transform challenges into opportunities and fears into a driving force. Believe it, this reality is within your grasp right now. Prepare to unlock limitless potential. Tony Robbins, one of the foremost figures in personal development, bestows upon us a foundational concept: where focus goes, energy flows. This simple truth is the bedrock for controlling your thoughts and, consequently, shaping your results. Ponder this: what you feed your mind grows in your life. If you dwell on problems, more problems will manifest. If you direct your attention towards solutions and possibilities, that is precisely what you will reap. The question isn't whether you possess control, but rather whether you are wielding that control consciously. Most people operate on autopilot, reacting to circumstances rather than creating them. Be ready to take the reins of your existence. The beauty of this philosophy lies in its immediate applicability. It's not an abstract theory or a complex process that demands years of study. It's a shift in perspective, a recalibration of your mental compass that can commence this very instant. The first step is self-awareness. Observe where your mind tends to wander. Do you find yourself ruminating on past errors, anxious about what might go awry in the future? Or do you center yourself in the present, on the actions you can take now to forge a better tomorrow? This non-judgmental observation is crucial. Without understanding where your energy is flowing, it's impossible to recannel it. To truly master your thoughts and, by extension, your outcomes, you must actively cultivate directed focus. This means consciously choosing where you place your attention. If a negative or unproductive thought arises, do not suppress it, but acknowledge it, and then consciously pivot your focus towards something more constructive. It could be a goal you aspire to achieve, a quality you admire in another, or simply a moment of gratitude. The consistent exercise of reorienting your mind strengthens this focus muscle, making it increasingly natural and efficacious. Energy, much like water, follows the path of least resistance, or, in this instance, the trajectory you direct it towards. If your focus is on scarcity, you will invariably attract more scarcity. Conversely, if it gravitates towards abundance, abundance will naturally flow to you. This is not a matter of magic. It is the confluence of applied psychology and the universal law of attraction in active operation, the manner in which you interpret events, the specific words you employ to articulate your reality, and the beliefs you meticulously cultivate within your subconscious mind actively sculpt your future. Should you harbor the conviction that you are incapable, your energy will be expended primarily in validating that very belief. Conversely, if you steadfastly believe you can, your energy will be channeled precisely towards discovering the requisite path. Therefore, the pivotal question that arises is, are you prepared to assume complete accountability for the direction of your energy and, consequently, for the outcomes you achieve? Are you ready to cease being a mere spectator in your own life and instead become its active architect? The choice is unequivocally yours with every thought, In every passing moment, commence today by meticulously directing your focus towards that which you genuinely aspire to manifest. The profound transformation you seek awaits at the very juncture where your attention holds its most potent influence. The inherent power to reshape your life resides fundamentally in your capacity to expertly manage your internal state. This entails exerting control not only over your thoughts, but also over your emotions and physiological responses. Tony Robbins emphatically underscores that the state you inhabit rigorously dictates the quality of your actions and, ultimately, the results you subsequently garner. If you find yourself in a state of despondency, your actions will inevitably be lethargic and largely ineffectual. However, if you are imbued with enthusiasm and unwavering confidence, your actions will become remarkably potent and precisely. Purposeful physiology, encompassing elements such as posture and respiration, exerts a direct and immediate impact on your emotional state. An upright posture coupled with deep, deliberate breathing can instantaneously alter how you perceive and feel. To cultivate a truly powerful focus, it is absolutely imperative to establish crystal clear clarity regarding your objectives. What is it that you genuinely desire? Without a well-defined destination, your energy will inevitably dissipate in myriad directions. Therefore, define your objectives as specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, smart. Once your objectives are lucidly established, you can then optimally align your focus and energy to proficiently attain them. This process involves not merely contemplating what you desire, but also viscerally experiencing the profound emotion of having already achieved it. Visualize the triumph, embrace the unadulterated joy, and savor the deep satisfaction. This proactive emotional anticipation engenders a powerful field of attraction. The consistent daily practice of positive affirmations and heartfelt gratitude also plays an undeniably pivotal role in this transformative journey. Affirmations are declarations you reiterate to yourself to bolster positive convictions and channel your focus. Articulating, "I am capable," or "I attract success," with conviction recalibrates your subconscious. Gratitude, conversely, reorients your attention from what is deficient to what you already possess. By concentrating on the blessings in your life, you foster a state of abundance and draw forth additional reasons for gratitude. These simple yet potent practices assist in sustaining your focus on desired outcomes, even amidst adversity. Bear in mind that the mastery of your focus is an ongoing process, a proficiency that sharpens with consistent application. There will be days when your mind drifts or negative thoughts endeavor to prevail. The crucial aspect is not perfection, but rather the unwavering persistence in realigning your focus. Each instance you consciously direct your energy, you actively reinforce your capacity to forge the life you envision. Do not permit fear or doubt to dictate the trajectory of your existence. Assume command, channel your focus, and observe your savior. Energy transmute your outcomes. Conviction in your own capabilities serves as the impetus propelling the potency of your focus. Should you lack conviction in the attainability of your objectives, your energy will be eroded by skepticism. It is paramount to cultivate a growth mindset, wherein challenges are perceived as opportunities for learning and setbacks as conduits to success. Contemplate individuals you admire. They have undoubtedly confronted impediments, yet what distinguishes them is their tenacity and unwavering conviction in their vision. You inherently possess this same intrinsic capacity to surmount and flourish. To maintain the acuity of your focus, it is crucial to cultivate an environment conducive to your objectives. This may entail surrounding yourself with positive and inspiring individuals, eradicating superfluous distractions, and structuring your workspace to foster optimal productivity. Minor alterations to your surroundings can profoundly influence your ability to sustain concentration. Moreover, effective time management is indispensable. Prioritize your tasks, delegate where feasible, and cultivate the ability to decline commitments that do not align with your overarching objectives. By effectively stewarding your time, you ensure your energy is judiciously channeled into the endeavors that matter most. Furthermore, the capacity to regulate your emotions is intrinsically intertwined with your focus. When negative emotions such as anger, frustration, or fear take hold, they can effectively hijack your attention and deplete your vital energy. Cultivating emotional intelligence empowers you to recognize your emotions, comprehend their genesis, and consciously choose how to respond to them constructively. Mindfulness and meditation techniques can serve as potent tools for enhancing emotional self-awareness and the capacity to remain composed under duress. Upon gaining mastery over your emotions, you unleash an immense reservoir of energy that can be purposefully channeled towards your objectives. Ultimately, consistency is paramount to unlocking the profound power encapsulated in the adage, "Where focus goes, energy flows." This is not a singular effort, but rather a daily commitment to meticulously directing your attention toward what you aspire to manifest. Celebrate your incremental triumphs along the journey, for each step taken in the right direction reinforces your progress and sustains your motivation at an elevated level. Bear in mind that you possess the inherent power to sculpt your reality through the intentional management of your focus. Commence your practice today and observe the profound transformation unfold. The practical application of Tony Robbins' principle vividly manifests in tangible actions that you can implement without delay. Prominent among these is the establishment of a meticulously crafted morning routine. By commencing your day with clarity and unwavering purpose, you effectively set the prevailing tone for all subsequent activities. Devoting a mere few minutes to visualizing your objectives, practicing heartfelt gratitude, or meticulously defining your priorities for the day can yield a profoundly positive impact. This proactive mental preparation ensures your energy is precisely directed even before external demands begin to surface, thereby preventing you from being caught off guard or merely reactive. Another immensely powerful strategy is the technique known as reframing. This fundamentally entails altering your cognitive perception of a given situation. Instead of perceiving an obstacle as an insurmountable problem, endeavor to reframe it as a challenge ripe for conquest or an invaluable opportunity for learning. For instance, should you inadvertently make an error at work, rather than succumbing to self-blame and fixating solely on the perceived failure, proactively ask yourself, What valuable lesson can I glean from this experience to perform more effectively next time? This pivotal shift in perspective effectively redirects your intrinsic energy away from debilitating self-criticism and towards constructive problem-solving and personal growth. Furthermore, the criticality of establishing clear boundaries cannot be overstated. To meticulously maintain your focus where it genuinely matters, you must cultivate the discipline to politely decline commitments that would otherwise divert you from your overarching objectives. This can be challenging, particularly if you possess a helpful disposition, yet it is paramount to safeguard your energy and ensure its allocation towards pursuits that align with your desired outcomes. Articulating your boundaries assertively yet courteously is an invaluable skill in this endeavor. Ultimately, remember that personal development constitutes a journey, not a destination. You will encounter ebbs and flows, periods of lucidity, and instances of perplexity. What distinguishes those who attain their objectives from those who do? Not is their resilience and their aptitude for learning from every experience. Continue to diligently practice directing your focus. Exercise self-compassion during periods of adversity, and commemorate every stride taken towards actualizing the life you aspire to create. The power resides within your grasp, awaiting liberation. Have you ever pondered why certain individuals appear to effortlessly attract success and felicity, while others perpetually contend with impediments? What if I revealed that the answer lies not in external circumstances, but rather in the mastery of your own mind? Tony Robbins unveils a potent secret. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. Envision possessing the power to channel this energy to forge the life you genuinely desire. Prepare yourself to uncover how to master your thoughts and irrevocably transform your outcomes. Tony Robbins' seminal principle, where focus goes, energy flows, serves as a beacon of clarity in an often chaotic world. Consider your mind akin to a spotlight. Wherever you direct this illumination is where energy converges and consequently where reality materializes. Should you spend your days preoccupied with potential pitfalls, your energy will be dissipated by anxiety and apprehension, thereby attracting precisely those experiences. Conversely, should you concentrate on solutions, on avenues for growth, or on gratitude for your current endowments, your energy will burgeon and draw forth positive outcomes. The inherent beauty of this lies in the fact that this ability to direct focus is trainable. It is not an innate gift, but rather a competency that can be cultivated and refined through consistent practice. The initial stride towards mastering your focus is self-awareness. We must become diligent observers of our own thought patterns. Begin to discern where your mind tends to drift unconsciously. Do you find yourself ruminating on past missteps, or perpetually anticipating adverse future scenarios? Recognizing these patterns constitutes the initial stride towards altering them. Pose the question to yourself, on what am I currently expending my mental energy? This seemingly simple inquiry can prove to be a watershed moment, illuminating precisely where your spotlight is directed without your conscious assent. Once these patterns are identified, the subsequent action involves intentional redirection. It's not about suppressing negative thoughts, but rather acknowledging them, and then consciously electing to pivot your attention towards something more constructive. Should a thought of doubt emerge rather than succumbing to its influence, acknowledge it and then shift your focus to an empowering belief or an actionable step you can undertake to progress. This could be as straightforward as contemplating something for which you are grateful, or visualizing the success you aspire to attain. The consistent repetition of these subtle shifts in focus fortifies your capacity for control, rendering it more instinctive over time. Energy constitutes a precious resource. How are you currently deploying it? Are you squandering it on unproductive anxieties or investing it in the cultivation of the life you envision? The key to transformative outcomes lies in aligning your focus with your deepest aspirations. Contemplate your objectives. What do you genuinely wish to manifest in your life? The clearer this vision, the more effortlessly you will direct your energy effectively. Without such clarity, your energy disperses, akin to water seeping across flat terrain rather than flowing through a well-defined channel. You are the sovereign architect of your destiny. With every thought, you make a conscious choice as to where to allocate your energy. Do you prefer to be a passive spectator of your life buffeted by circumstances, or the active creator, meticulously shaping your reality with intention? The prerogative is yours, and it renews itself at every conceivable moment. Commence today the deliberate practice of consciously directing your focus. Wherever you elect to place your attention, that is precisely where your energy will gravitate, and it is there that your outcomes will materialize. How about commencing right now with a thought of gratitude? The profundity of the principle, where your focus goes, your energy flows, resides in its capacity to elucidate not merely superficial success, but also the remarkable resilience in the face of adversity. Consider an elite athlete. Their focus extends beyond mere victory, encompassing every movement, every breath, every minute optimization of their performance. A momentary lapse in focus, a fleeting thought of doubt at the pivotal juncture, can prove to be the undoing of the competition. Likewise, in our lives, the capacity for sustained focus on our objectives, even when confronted with unforeseen challenges, is what truly distinguishes us. Research in positive psychology, exemplified by Martin Seligman's work on learned optimism, illustrates that individuals who interpret setbacks as transient, specific, and external tend to exhibit greater resilience and attain superior long-term outcomes. This resonates perfectly with Robbins' philosophy. By focusing on the solution and one's capacity for overcoming, rather than on the problem's perceived permanence, one's energy remains constructively channeled. The garden metaphor proves particularly apt here. Your mind constitutes fertile ground. If you sow seeds of worry, doubt, and complaint, you will inevitably harvest weeds that stifle growth. Conversely, should you choose to cultivate seeds of gratitude, learning, and deliberate action, your garden will unfailingly blossom with positive outcomes. The very act of nurturing these seeds, of cultivating these thoughts through daily practice, is what ultimately determines the harvest. This is not about deliberately ignoring reality or embracing a naive optimism, but rather about consciously choosing on which seeds to direct your attention and energy. The true power lies in actively cultivating thoughts that advance your objectives, rather than permitting unwanted thoughts to dominate the landscape of your mind. Neuroscience further provides a compelling foundation for this concept. Through the phenomenon of neuroplasticity, we understand that the brain possesses the capacity to reorganize itself, forging new neural connections predicated on the experiences and thoughts we consistently reiterate. When you consciously direct your focus toward a specific objective or a positive thought, you are quite literally sculpting your brain to render that neural pathway more robust and readily accessible. Consider it akin to forging a path through a dense forest. The more frequently you traverse it, the clearer and more navigable it becomes. Similarly, the more you habitually practice focusing on your objectives, the more innate it becomes for your mind to sustain that trajectory, thereby rendering your energy more efficient and purposefully directed. This mastery over focus is not exclusively confined to overarching objectives. It extends seamlessly into the realm of minute daily interactions. During a conversation, being fully present, engaging in active listening, and concentrating on the other person's message rather than formulating one's own reply or succumbing to extraneous thoughts invariably strengthens relationships and enhances the efficacy of communication. Similarly, when undertaking a task, dedicating your undivided attention to it, rather than fragmenting your focus across multiple endeavors, significantly enhances the quality and efficiency of your work. Every moment in which you consciously choose where to direct your attention is an act of self-mastery that, cumulatively, profoundly shapes the trajectory of your life and the nature of your outcomes. Have you ever felt ensnared in a cycle of negative thoughts, sensing your energy being sapped by worries and fears, thus impeding your ability to achieve your objectives? Tony Robbins' philosophy, "Where focus goes, energy flows," offers a potent answer to this universal query. The practical and emotional ramifications of this concept on the lives of those who embrace it are profound and transformative. By reorienting the direction of your attention, you alter the quality of your life experience and consequently the results you reap. Imagine a day when you awaken feeling overwhelmed by your to-do list. If your focus is on the sheer magnitude of the work and the perceived scarcity of time, the energy you experience is one of anxiety and powerlessness. You find yourself trudging through the day, procrastinating, and feeling less productive. Now, imagine commencing the same day, but with an altered focus. Instead of fixating on quantity, you concentrate on the single most important task and how. Each completed step propels you closer to your aspirations. This shift in focus, however subtle, radically transforms your energy. You feel more motivated, more capable, and, surprisingly, often accomplish more than you anticipated. The emotional impact is instantaneous. Anxiety gives way to determination, powerlessness to a sense of control. Tony Robbins' tenet also elucidates how we interpret events. If you construe a setback as a definitive failure, your energy is channeled into self-criticism and despondency. The emotional impact is one of frustration and resignation. However, if you reframe the identical reverse as a learning opportunity, as an indispensable rung on the ladder to success, your energy is directed toward the pursuit of solutions and self-improvement. The emotional impact here is one of resilience, growth, and hope. You are not rendered impervious to challenges, but you cultivate the acumen to confront them with a constructive mindset. converting impediments into springboards. On a more personal level, this principle directly impacts your relationships. If your focus in a conversation is on identifying flaws in others, on being right, or on planning your next utterance, your energy manifests as disinterest and detachment. The emotional impact on the other person is a sense of feeling unheard or devalued. Conversely, when you focus on active listening, on comprehending the other's perspective, and on fostering a genuine connection, your energy becomes warm and engaging. The emotional impact is the strengthening of bonds, trust, and mutual empathy. In essence, what Tony Robbins teaches us is that we are the architects of our own experience through the deliberate allocation of our focus. We are not victims of circumstance, but rather active creators of our reality. By consciously choosing where to direct our attention, we are choosing the quality of our energy, and, consequently, the outcomes we will reap. The practical impact is a more productive and goal-oriented life, and the emotional impact is a profound sense of empowerment, purpose, and well-being. It is a simple yet incredibly potent tool for living a life with greater meaning and success. If you have made it this far, congratulations. This journey of learning and self-discovery demonstrates your commitment to forging a life of success and significance. You are not merely a spectator, but an active agent in the creation of your reality. Remember, where focus goes, energy flows. Every moment you have chosen to direct your attention toward growth and learning, you have strengthened your capacity to transmute your thoughts into tangible results. This persistence is the hallmark of those who achieve their greatest objectives. To further solidify this transformative power in your life, I strongly recommend that you delve deeper into the teachings of Tony Robbins. He is a master at unlocking human potential, and his books are invaluable guides for those pursuing excellence in all areas of life. Acquire the Tony Robbins 4-book collection set, which includes essential works such as Notes from a Friend, Awaken the Giant Within, Unlimited Power and Money, Master the Game. These books are a treasure trove of practical strategies and profound insights that will perfectly complement what we have discussed here. The link to acquire them is in the description of this video and also pinned in the first comment. Invest in yourself, for this is the investment with the highest possible return. Now, to solidify this moment of commitment to your growth, I invite you to share your own personal power statement. If you have journeyed to the culmination of this exploration into focus and energy, commemorate your journey and your resolve. Kindly post the following phrase in the comments below. I have reached the end. I am persistent. I will prevail. By articulating this commitment, you render it more tangible and bolster your conviction in your capacity to surmount any obstacle and actualize your most audacious aspirations. Bear in mind the trajectory of personal development is an ongoing endeavor. Each day presents a fresh opportunity to implement these tenets, to hone your focus, and to channel your energy toward that which truly holds significance. The objective is not perfection, but rather consistent advancement. Persist in your practice, continue your learning, and steadfastly believe in your boundless potential. The inherent power to forge the life you envision resides, and has always resided, within you. Embrace this profound truth and forge ahead, armed with clarity of focus, revitalized energy, and unyielding resolve. The world awaits what you are destined to accomplish.